Barcelona's Estadi Olympic Luis Companys was absolutely buzzing during one of the most memorable matches in recent history. The 5-1 victory over Real Betis in the Copa del Rey quarterfinals wasn't just any win. It was an emphatic demonstration of Barcelona's attacking power, and most importantly, the rise of one player in particular, Lamine Yamal. This 17-year-old has taken the football world by storm, and his performance in that game made it clear he is destined for greatness. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly is it about Lamine Yamal that has everyone so excited? After all, he's just 17. But the thing is, when you watch him play, it feels like he's been doing this for years. The way he moves on the ball, his vision, and his ability to create chances, it's all so polished. It's hard to believe he's still so young. And when you add up everything he's already achieved in just a short period, it becomes even clearer that Lamine is a once-in-a-generation talent. Let's take a closer look at what happened in this particular match. Barcelona started strong, setting the tone right from the first whistle. They controlled 71% of the possession, completely dominating Betis. And it wasn't just about keeping the ball for the sake of it. Barcelona were lethal. Every time they attacked, it felt like they were about to score. Lamine Yamal was at the heart of it all. He wasn't just a passive participant in Barcelona's attacking play, he was the one pulling the strings. His pass to Koundé for the first goal was an absolute peach. The precision, the timing, everything was perfect. Koundé, of course, did the rest by putting the ball in the back of the net, but the real magic was in Lamine's ability to read the game and deliver that perfect ball. But what made this performance truly unforgettable wasn't just the assists or the team effort. It was the individual brilliance of Lamine Yamal. He didn't just set up a goal, he scored one too. His goal was initially flagged for offside, but after a VAR check, it was confirmed that it was a legitimate strike, bringing the score to 5-1. For a player of his age to score in a big match like this, with so much on the line, speaks volumes about his mentality and maturity. When the stakes were high, he stepped up. That's something you don't see often from someone so young. Now, let's talk about what makes Lamine Yamal so special. For a 17-year-old, it's not just about being technically gifted, he's got that in abundance, but it's also about how he handles pressure. It's how he plays with such confidence, even in the most intense moments. Whether it's dribbling past defenders or making incisive passes, Lamine never looks rattled. He plays the game with a level of maturity that makes him seem years older than his actual age. In fact, the numbers are staggering. Lamine Yamal has already scored 9 goals and provided 12 assists this season. And remember, this is a player who is just 17 years old. It's rare to see someone his age having this kind of influence at the highest level, but what sets him apart is his consistency. While many young players have moments of brilliance, Lamine has been performing at an elite level for an entire season. He's not just a flash in the pan, he's a player who is here to stay. And speaking of consistency, let's take a moment to look at the incredible records Lamine has been breaking since the start of 2024. It seems like every time he steps on the pitch, he's setting a new milestone. At the start of the year, he became the youngest player to feature in the Spanish Super Cup, at just 16 years and 182 days. Imagine being 16 and already making history on such a big stage. But Lamine wasn't content with just being part of history. He went ahead and became the youngest player to score in the Spanish Super Cup in the same match. That's an achievement that's going to be talked about for years to come. And if that wasn't enough, Lamine continued to break records throughout the season. In the Copa del Rey, he became the youngest scorer in the competition in the 21st century. He was just 16 years and 195 days old when he scored. This kid isn't just breaking records, he's setting them in competitions that matter, on stages that every footballer dreams of playing on. His performance in La Liga has been equally impressive. He became the youngest player to score a brace in a La Liga match, doing so at just 16 years and 213 days. And he didn't stop there. His goal-scoring record only grew as he became the youngest player to score 3 goals in La Liga, a feat no one had ever achieved before. But here's where it gets really interesting. Lamine Yamal's talent isn't just confined to Spain. The Champions League, Europe's biggest stage, has also seen Lamine make his mark. He became the youngest player to feature in a Champions League knockout match at just 16 years and 223 days old. And if that wasn't impressive enough, he became the youngest player ever to reach 10 Champions League appearances. These aren't just records, these are monumental achievements for a player who is barely old enough to drive. Now, when you think about all these records, it's easy to forget that he's still a teenager. Lamine Yamal is someone who's already playing in the biggest competitions and excelling. And it's not just about breaking records, it's about the way he plays. There's a certain elegance to his style. Watching him glide across the pitch with the ball at his feet, effortlessly dribbling past defenders, threading through passes, and creating opportunities. It's poetry in motion. It's the kind of football that fans dream of watching, and Lamine makes it look so easy. But it's not just about his performances for Barcelona. Lamine's impact has been felt on the international stage as well. In May 2024, he was named to Spain's squad for Euro 2024. And once again, he made history. At just 16 years and 339 days, he became the youngest player ever to feature in a European championship. And what did he do with that opportunity? He didn't just show up, he shone. Lamine provided an assist in Spain's 3-0 victory against Croatia, becoming the youngest player to assist in a European championship match. It's moments like these that make you realize just how much potential this young man has. Lamine didn't stop there. His performances continued to impress, and in June 2024, he made history again by becoming the youngest player to feature in a European Championship knockout game. He was just 16 years and 354 days old. And then on July 9th, 2024, he did something truly special. He became the youngest player to score in a European championship with a stunning curling shot against France in the semi-finals. It was a goal that left fans, commentators, and players alike speechless. It's the kind of goal that cements a player's place in football folklore. And if that wasn't enough, Lamine Yamal played a crucial role in Spain's victory in the Euro 2024 final. At just 17 years old, he became the youngest player to ever win a major international tournament like the Euros. To put it in perspective, he was just 17 years and 1 day old when he lifted the trophy, breaking the record previously held by none other than Pelé. Think about that for a second. A 17-year-old kid lifting a major international trophy and breaking a record set by one of the greatest players to ever live. It's mind-blowing. But what makes Lamine's story even more remarkable is that he's not doing it alone. Barcelona's success is built on a team effort, and Lamine is a perfect example of how youth and experience can come together to create something special. Pedri, Rafinha, and the rest of the squad have all played their part in Barcelona's dominance this season. But Lamine is the one who's been the driving force in many ways. His ability to combine with the team, to create chances, and to score goals has made him a key player in Xavi's system. And let's not forget the fans. Barcelona supporters have quickly embraced Lamine as one of their own. It's not just his on-the-pitch performances that have won them over, it's his attitude, his work ethic, and the way he plays with such joy and passion. From the first whistle to the final goal, the crowd at Estadio Olympic Luis Companys has been behind him every step of the way, and Lamine knows it. His connection with the fans is something special, and it's clear that they see him as the future of the club. So what's next for Lamine Yamal? The future is incredibly bright. With his talent, determination, and the backing of both Barcelona and the Spanish national team, there's no telling how far he'll go. But one thing's for sure, Lamine Yamal's journey is only just beginning, and we're all lucky to witness it. Lamine Yamal is not just a player for today, he's a player for the future. He's rewriting the record books, taking Barcelona to new heights, and inspiring a whole new generation of football fans. Only time will tell, but if this season is anything to go by, we're in for some incredible moments. Want to stay updated on all things Lamine Yamal and FC Barcelona? Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. And don't forget to drop a comment below. What's your favorite Lamine Yamal moment so far? Let's keep the conversation going.